Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So we have got a really exciting video today. I can't even tell you how excited I am to film this video because I did not get to film a fall nail polish haul last season. I had planned on filming one. I got all the swatches and everything in order, and just with everything coming up, you know, I had my wedding coming up and I was just really busy, so I never got a chance to film that fall nail polish haul last year, so I'm super excited to film it this year. So much so that when I pulled out the polishes to talk about in this video, I can't even tell you how, I mean, this is how many polishes we're talking about. Like the amount of polishes I have to talk about today is insane, and I have a feeling this video is going to be ridiculously long, even though I'm going to try and keep it somewhat toned down. But I tried to limit myself. I went through these and tried to like pull some out, and I couldn't. I have all the polishes from last fall that I didn't get a chance to talk about. I'm excited about polishes from this fall that I have to talk about. I just love fall nail polish in general. It's my favorite season to wear nail polish. So with that in, you know, keeping all that in mind, that is why we have a buttload of polishes to talk about today. The second reason I'm super excited about this video is because we have got a collaboration of so many polish girls here on YouTube. I mean, the amount of people, when we started getting this list together, we just kept adding people and adding people and adding people. I think there's probably like 25, 30 people on this list, and it is just the cream of the crop when it comes to polish YouTubers. I mean, there's people on this in this collaboration that I've been watching for several years, and I'm super excited to be collabing with them. I'm super excited to be collabing with all of these girls. So thank you so much for Be Free, Have Fun. I can't think of her name right now, but I will insert it here. Thank you so much for thinking of me and for coming up with this collab. It's amazing how many people are involved in it. If you are just stopping by and you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name's Heather. I am addicted to nail polish, as probably are you. So I'm super excited to be able to show you some of the polishes that I love to wear during the fall time. And if you are a frequent flyer for my channel, I would encourage you to please go watch all of these other videos. I know there's probably a crap ton to watch, but you know, while you're painting your nails this week, while you're sitting around putting on your makeup, just please go check out everybody else's videos and see what they're loving for the fall time, and maybe you'll get introduced to a new nail polish person that you didn't realize was around. So let's go ahead and jump in. As you can see, and as I mentioned, there are a buttload of polishes here to talk about, so without further delay, let's go ahead and jump in. I am filming this after work, so as of right now I do have daylight. I can't guarantee, considering how many polishes we have to talk about, I can't guarantee that this lighting is going to stay like this. So I do have swatches of all of these, so if for some reason the lighting starts to go on us and the bottle shots are not great, I do have swatches of all of these. Luckily, half of them were swatched. A good majority of these were swatched last fall, but I was able to get all of these swatched. So let's jump in. All right, guys, so I kind of set up this video as kind of a inspired by Miss Hollyberry's, where we kind of talk about a bunch of color categories and some of the polishes within those color categories that I'm really excited about wearing. So let's go ahead and jump in. I've got these, I'm gonna do these in some kind of color order, but and some of these I tried to group these into I tried to put these all in groups as best I can, but some of them are stretching a little bit as far as like color category, but for the general purposes, I've kind of grouped them together as best I could. So starting with, let's start with like some of my most fall-y colors, and those to me are like burnt orange, terracotta, mustard, and like pumpkin shades. So we're gonna start there. So let's start with my quintessential, you know, fall polishes, and that is pumpkin. Pumpkin is one of my favorite colors to wear. I generally love to wear warm tones in the fall time. You'll see a running theme here of a lot of these are warm tone colors, but I do have a couple cools thrown in, but I think pumpkin, you just can't go wrong. I think it's just this warm, something just very warm and inviting, and there's just something magical about a pumpkin shade. Some people can find these to be like ugly pretty colors, but I love these. So if you just want to dip your toe into pumpkin shades, this particular polish is a little bit more on the peach side, but it does have some qualities of a warmer orange. And so this is called Freedom of Peach by OPI. Unfortunately, my bottle has started to change colors. I don't know if anyone else's has done this, but as you can see here, this color has changed quite a bit. So I think this is one of the reasons why I don't wear this polish very much, is just it's sitting on my nail polish rack and it's got this weird color to it, so I don't always think to grab it. But when I swatched this earlier this week, I fell in love with this color and forgot that I even, not that I didn't have it in my collection, but just I kind of forgot how much I really enjoyed this color. And like I said, this is a little bit more on the peach side, you know, I wouldn't even say peach. It leans a little bit more on the orange side, but it does have some qualities of pumpkin. So I think for those who find true pumpkin shades to be a little bit too much for them, I think this would be a really good choice. And even though my bottle has started to like fade and change color a little bit, the formula as well as the color have not been affected by that. So that is Freedom of Peach by OPI. If you want to dive in a little bit lighter, this also has a little bit of some orange qualities to it. This is from Virago Varnish, and this is Props on the Flat Top. Now, unfortunately, I think I've heard little birds tell me that she may be coming back with polishes, but I don't know if she's going to restock any of her old ones. So this is definitely one that you probably is going to be really difficult to get your hands on, but I thought I would mention it anyway, just because these are color categories, but these are also polishes that I'm excited about wearing. So Props on the Flat Top. This one leans a little bit, again, a little bit orange, but it still has those pumpkin-y qualities to it. It's got a little bit of brown to it, so it's a little bit darker than Freedom of Peach if you want to see them together. Although this bottle shot's not going to be great because it's basically white at the bottom. But as you can see here, it's got a little bit more of like a darker orange quality to it, but this is really, really pretty. Great formula on these Virago varnishes. They are a little bit thick, but I prefer thick formulas. So that again is Props on the Flat Top. And then my true pumpkin-y colors that I have to talk about today are, this is KB Shimmer Oh My Gourd. I picked this up last fall and I absolutely love, love, love this shade. It reminds me a lot of baby food, just something about this color just reminds me of baby food, which you would think sounds terrible, but on the nail, this is just perfection. I love this color so much and I cannot wait to get this on my nails again this fall. So that again is Oh My Gourd. And then my other favorite, this is called The Hustle. The Hustle is slightly darker. So if you think of Oh My Gourd as like true, like, you know, straight out of the pumpkin color, this is more like pumpkin pie. So if you mix, once you've mixed all the spices and everything in, the pumpkin pie has a little bit more of a brown tinge to it. That's what I think this is. Again, this is Virago varnish, so you're gonna have trouble getting your hands on it. But again, this is called The Hustle, and this a beautiful pumpkin brown color. I don't know if it's focusing here. Sometimes I set the camera up weird, and so I don't always know how close to stick the bottle and when not. Hang on, let's start over again. There it is. So yeah, this is just a little bit of a darker pumpkin brown, but again, beautiful, beautiful formula. So that is called The Hustle. Moving on, we are gonna go into some deeper orange shades. So these are my burnt orange colors. And these are just something about burnt orange. It's just got that little bit of like a fiery red quality to it. So I just, an open flame, just something about that, like crackling over like logs. Just, I really enjoy this shade in the fall time. So my absolute favorite one, this is from Picture Polish. This is called Foxy. And this is just a very like down the middle burnt orange color. Got a little bit of some holographic sparkle in it. If you like a little bit of sparkle, this is definitely a great one to pick up. Wonderful formula on this. But if you're wanting something a little bit easier to get your hands on, these are both mainstream polishes. You've got OPI, this is It's a Piazza Cake, and this is Essie's Playing Coy, one of the very few Essies in my collection. I just haven't been able to find a color that replicates this. So these are roughly, you know, as you can see here, It's a Piazza Cake is going to be a little bit more orange, whereas Essie's Playing Coy has a little bit more brown in it. If you want to see Foxy up against that, definitely not as saturated of an orange as the definitely not as saturated of an orange as the OPI It's a Piazza Cake. I only got to wear, I'm trying to remember if I even wore this last year. I think I may have just swatched it for the video. So I'm very excited to wear that. It's a little bit more of an orangey color, so I'm a little worried just because oranges are a little bit tricky for my skin tone, but I'm definitely excited. I think this color just looks amazing. And I've worn Playing Coy several times. It's just a gorgeous shade. That little bit of brown in it, I think, just really makes it stand out. And like I said, it's one of the few Essies I still have in my collection, just because I really enjoy this color. So that again is Playing Coy. And then moving in to Terracotta Red. This one is a little bit, like, some of these I don't know if necessarily fit terracotta, but I was kind of going for that like warm reddish pink, not, you know, that sort of shade. So these are gonna be my choices for terracotta. So my absolute favorite one that's been in my collection for a really long time, this is from Pacifica, and this is called Desert Princess. And this is gonna be the lighter of the three here. This one is just a little bit more pink than it is red, but it's just got this really nice warm quality to it that I absolutely love. I think warm shades just suit my skin tone a lot more than cool shades, so I just absolutely love this color. And this is a shade that I have not, for a while there I was really trying to find like this warm reddish pink color, and I had a really hard time finding it. So this has been in my collection for a little while. It just really is really the color that I was wanting, and I have yet to kind of find similar colors in my collection. The OPI that just came out in the Peru collection, the My Solar Clock is Ticking. I'm wondering how similar this is, because I'm still on the fence on whether I want to get that OPI, but I have this color, so I feel like this is kind of close to it. But then I also have this one, which is Opi Yank My Doodle, which I have seen swatches up against the My Solar Clock is Ticking, and they do definitely look a lot different. This looks, My Solar Clock is Ticking is a lot more pink than Yank My Doodle, so that's why I feel like it may fall somewhere in between here, so that's why I haven't picked it up yet. But Yank My Doodle is really pretty. This is going to be more of a darker terracotta shade than, you know, my Desert Princess here. As you can see, it's got a lot more of, they kind of look a little bit similar in the bottle, but you can definitely see a little bit more pink to the Pacifica polish here than you do Yank My Doodle. So there's that one. And then the one that I have yet, what are you doing, cat? You look like you're causing trouble. Oh yeah, he's playing with the box. We're gonna take a little pause break, even though this video is gonna be 20 minutes long, but in case anyone wants to watch Linus. Yeah, get it. Get it. Oh, I don't know if you can tell what he's playing with. I bought this bra like probably like a month or so ago now. Hang on, my tripod's all getting all crazy. I bought a bra not too long ago, and it had padding in it, and I cannot stand padding in bras. So I pulled out the padding, and as I was getting ready to, sorry, I messed up the tripod here, but as I was getting ready to throw away the padding from that bra, he like grabbed it, and now it's been his favorite toy for like the past like month or so. Show everybody your toy. I don't know if you can see it from there, but yeah, he's literally just playing with my bra padding. You gonna show everybody your toy? I'm sorry for all the people that don't care for cats. Oh, of course he leaves it. Oh, he's got it over there. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, he's being cute, and I'm distracting everyone. I'm sure there's some people in here that don't care about cats, and they're like, dude, just get to your nail polish. Okay. All right, so anywho, so this is the one polish that I have yet to wear that I'm very excited about. This one leans a little bit more on the like orangey red side of terracotta, but I thought it fit better into this category than anywhere else. And this is from Color Club. This is one of the few halo hues that I have in my collection. This is called Sidewalk Psychic, and again, like I said, it's just like this kind of like terracotta, like orangey linear holographic. So I'm very excited to try that this year. Did not get a chance to wear that, I think, last year. I think I only swatched it for that fall video I had anticipated wearing. I apologize for the glare in this, but like I said, I am losing sunlight, but you will see some swatches here. So that again is Sidewalk Psychic. So we are gonna move in to one of my, if you've watched any of my videos from, you know, the last, especially during last fall, I was on the hunt for mustard polishes. Like I couldn't find enough mustard polishes, and now I have a decent amount in my collection, although I am looking for a few more, don't get me wrong. But I have, there he is with the bra. This is his favorite toy. So I have, I'm always on the lookout for some more, because I do have a couple in my collection that were kind of duds, but these are my absolute favorite mustard shades to wear. The first one that I will talk about is the lighter of the group, which is Urbanized from Cirque. And This is just most of these are gonna look like standard yellows. I'm gonna hold them all up here at the end so that you can see them. Again, this one is a little bit lighter of the bunch. It just doesn't have as much brown in it. This is probably like the true mustard yellow of the group. Beautiful formula on that. The one that I just recently picked up is the one from the China Glaze fall collection. This is called Muster the Courage. And this one has a little bit more brown to it. So as you will see here up against Cirque, just a slight bit, actually not slight, there's actually a decent amount in here. This almost comes off a little orangey on the nail, which I don't mind. I actually really enjoyed this, this polish. The formula on it for China Glaze, amazing. Like even for China Glaze and the fact that it's a yellow, this was 2 coats, pure like flawless application on this. Like loved this so much. So this might be taking the place of Cirque, which is my favorite mustard that I've got. So I really enjoyed this one. And this is available, Urbanized is available, but you gotta buy it online. You could probably find this in stores. So that is Muster the Courage, really nice one. And then my other one, which is another Virago varnish, which we've mentioned is not readily available anymore. This is called Combat Boots and Bodysuits. And to me, this is probably slightly darker than the China Glaze here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell in the bottles. I think they're gonna look relatively close, but on application, this comes off a little bit, well, you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this comes off a little bit darker and a little bit more like orangey, whereas this one comes off a little bit more, it almost has like a green quality to it, which you wouldn't necessarily, which you can't really necessarily tell here in the bottle, but hopefully in the shot here, you'll be able to see it just has like a tinge of green to it, which is kind of interesting. The formula on this, like I said, Virago Varnish does do some thicker applications, and so sometimes the thicker applications are a little bit difficult for some polishes. So the fact that this is a mustard yellow, I do have a little bit of difficulty with this one, but I still enjoy it. And you know, I have very few Virago varnishes in my collection, and like I said, I don't know if she's coming back with polishes, so I kind of treasure the last couple ones that I have. These birds are going insane. My poor cat, Rabies, is out on the porch just like staring at these birds. They're just like flying back and forth like crazy people. They're like torturing her. She's just like, oh, I'm gonna catch one. But anywho, so those are my favorite mustard polishes. And then moving into some Brick Reds. Brick Reds are some of my favorite polishes in the fall time. I just think, to me, these are kind of my like go-to neutral shades. I think they just kind of kick up, you know, it's fall time, it's getting a little cooler out, our skin's looking a little bit more pale. These warm Brick Red shades I think just look so nice on the nail, very chic. They turn into kind of like my standard neutral. There's a couple like neutral shades for me that you'll see in here, but for me like Brick Red colors are just some of my favorite kind of like neutral polishes to wear. So my absolute favorite one that I've had in my collection for a little while is Zoya's Janel. Now this is going to be the lighter of the group. This is definitely a lot more red than the other ones here, but this one's just gorgeous, and it's a Zoya, so you can't go wrong with the formula. Like I said, this one's going to be a little bit of a brighter Brick Red, but it's just a beautiful formula. And then with that, I've got another Virago varnish. Sorry guys. This one is Screen Name, and up against Janelle here. This one's a little bit similar, but it's got, as you can see, it's just not as bright of a red. It's got a little bit of like a dusty quality to it, so really enjoyed that one. And then my two darker Brick Reds that I'm gonna show you. One is Red Hook. Red Hook is amazing. I got this last fall. This is a Brick Red, but it's very, very dusty, so it makes it super suitable for like as a neutral nail, as I was mentioning. Up against Screen Name, you'll see here this has a lot more brown in it, and it's just a gorgeous polish. Again, these look so chic on the nail during the fall time. And then the darker of the group is another kind of standard fall polish that I've got here. This is Brownstone from China Glaze. I think you're gonna see this quite a bit in a lot of our videos. I think Brownstone is just a very quintessential fall shade for a lot of folks. Now, up against Red Hook, this is definitely gonna look a lot darker on the nail. This one kind of like falls in between. To me, it's hard because it's got a lot of brown in it, so I don't know if Brick Red is necessarily the right category for it, but it's got you know, to me it's kind of like a Brick Red, but it also has a little bit of like this orangey brown quality to it. So to me, Brick Red is kind of where I would put it, but I don't necessarily know if it fits quite like it. But beautiful formula. I love this polish so much. Again, I can't get enough of Brick Red colors. I think they just look so nice on the nail come fall time. All right, so moving in to some browns now. I have mentioned that I wear a lot of warm colors, but I'm going to show you, I do tend to wear some cool browns. Brown is one of my favorites. Again, it's a neutral shade for me in the fall time. So we're going to talk about a couple cool shades that I like to wear as well as some warm shades. So I'm going to start with the warm shades just because they're my fave. And we've got a couple here to talk about. So the lightest of the bunch is going to be Zoya Chanel. And this is going to be like a milk chocolate shade, just a slight bit of warmth to it. But it's just going to be kind of your basic kind of milk chocolate, really, really pretty for a lot of skin tones. The next one that's a little bit darker is going to be Icebergers Fries from China Glaze, or not from China Glaze, from Opi. And as you can see here, a little bit more brown to it than Chanel here. Chanel here looks a little bit dustier compared to the Icebergers Fries. And then moving into a little bit of a darker shade, this is Louise from Zoya. This is going to be a little bit more of like a dark chocolate as opposed to, so for example here, Chanel I would say more is like a milk chocolate. Maybe this would be more of like a caramel kind of shade, and then Louise I would say is more of like a dark chocolate. Again, Zoya's awesome formulas. This Iceberger Fries has a good formula as well. Just such chic colors on the nail. And if you want a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of brown, but something with a little bit of extra in it, this is Cinnamon. This is a metallic brown. And it's kind of along the same lines as, it's kind of the version, it's kind of Louise, but with some, you know, bronze metallic in there. Really love this shade. I didn't get a chance to wear this last fall, so I definitely want to get this on my nails this fall. So that just gives you a little something extra on the nail. I think it's just a really cool shade for the fall time. So that again is Cinnamon. And then the cool browns that I like to wear, again, I don't have a whole lot of them just because I tend to like warmer colors, but these are some of my favorites. Again, the lighter of the bunch here is going to be Desiree, and this is from Zoya. And this is just like a tinge, a little bit of a dustier brown with just like a tinge of coolness here to it. So that's really pretty. What are you? Oh, he's staring at a fly. You can't see him. I got next one is Opi Squeaker of the House. This one's a little bit more of a taupe shade. It's got a little bit more of like a purple tinge to it. So I'll show you it up against Desiree here. This one's really good formula. And then the darker of the bunch here is going to be Elaine. And Elaine came out last fall. Elaine borders very, very heavy, borders just on the line of almost black. But I actually, and for me, usually those colors aren't really my jam. I don't care for colors that look almost black on the nail. But this one just borders the line. It just falls to the side of you can definitely, in office, you know, in indoor lighting, you can still see like just a little bit of brown to it. And it's just got this really nice kind of cool, I think they call it like an ember shade on the Zoya website, which I don't really know how to describe that. But it's just got this little bit of like a coolness to it that just makes it a lot more like rich and just, I don't know, just it makes it a lot more rich and deeper than a black. A black on the nail sometimes to me can be a little bit just flat if it's just like a straight up black. So shades like this where it's like almost black but yet it has like this depth to it, I think just I prefer these much more than I would just like a standard black. So I don't have a whole lot, you know, I don't wear a whole lot of these kind of like almost black shades, but the ones that I do I really, really enjoy. So that again is Elaine from Zoya. All right, and so moving out, let's do one more group of neutrals, and let's see here. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna do these kind of along the same lines. So we talked about Brick Red, we talked about my browns. These are gonna be my Oxblood Reds. Love Oxblood, especially around like Halloween time. I don't wear a whole lot of Halloween polishes for the most part. Every once in a while I'll throw in one maybe on Halloween. But for me, around Halloween time, I really love to wear these Oxblood shades. I do also like to wear these in the fall time. When I want to kick up my neutral shades a notch, I think these can be very chic on the nail. And I think they just look really, really, they can make your nails look really polished. and just really, really nice and clean if you do them right. And so these are some of my favorites. So the one that I purchased last year that I absolutely love is Claire from Zoya. This was definitely a surprise hit for me. I had this had been on a wish list, like, you know, I had it in and out of my cart several times over the years, and I had not yet purchased it. So I went ahead and just dived in and purchased it last year. This is, I've described it as this before, it's this chocolate covered cherry color. It's basically like an oxblood color, but it's just got this very nice vampy red quality to it. It looks so deep and sexy on the nail. I love it so, so, so much. Because sometimes oxbloods you have to be kind of careful, because if they're, for me anyway, if they're too red, they can kind of wash me out a little bit. This one's got just a little bit of like a warm brown quality to it that I think is why I like it so much. So Claire is an absolute favorite for me. This one I've had in my collection for a really long time. This is Black Dahlia from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. I don't even know if they're making polishes anymore, but if you do like the kind of cooler Oxblood Reds, this one would be the one that for you. Because like I said, this one, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell here because these are so dark, but yeah, I don't know if you can tell. I think you can kind of tell. You can kind of see the warm little bit of red that, like the warm little bit of like reddish brown that you can see here in Claire. This is just a straight up oxblood. So it can look, in some lights, it can look almost black. So this isn't my favorite, but it's the most oxblood color that I have in my collection. So I do bust it out from time to time. So that again is Black Dahlia from Obsessive Compulsive. And then again, if you want to kick it up a notch, I wore this last Halloween. I do plan on incorporating this around Halloween this year. This is Rothko Red from Cirque Polish. This is a thermal polish. This transitions from, it's similar to Claire. It might just be a tad bit darker. So this transitions, this is what it looks like in its cold state. So it's slightly darker, almost looks a little bit, I don't think it looks black on the nail to me, but in the bottle it kind of does. But this is a little bit of a darker oxblood red, and then when it's in its warm state, it transitions into this really, not brick red, but kind of like maybe like a, yeah, brick red, maybe. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I have the right red, but it just turns into like this little brighter red, and you'll see here from the swatch. So vampy and sexy on the nail. I saw somebody do like a nail art with like spider webs and stuff with this. Oh, it just looks amazing. If you're not into Halloween polishes, or if you don't want to put a lot of effort into your Halloween polish, this is the easiest Halloween polish you can do. It takes no effort at all. The thermal looks amazing on the nail. I love, love, love this polish so much. So that again is Rothko Red from Cirque. All right, so now we can go ahead and get into my last set of neutral colors. So actually Rabies wants to come in from inside, so hang on. I feel like I should probably explain to people that have never watched my channel before that my cat's name, one of my cat's names is Rabies. So do not be alarmed that I keep saying Rabies. That's just my cat's name. It's kind of an inside nickname we gave her. So she was just out on the porch, so I just went ahead and let her in. Okay, so my last set of neutrals, again, I really enjoy warm colors, as I've repeated a bazillion times. These are kind of my, you know, just standard kind of mauve, warm, you know, warm mauve-y shades that I wear for the fall time as nudes. So we got a bunch of different shades here to talk about. The lightest of the group, this is gonna be Coco. I received this as a gift from one of my subscribers. A couple months ago. I had, again, this was one of those Zoya polishes that had been on my wish list for a really long time, and I just never bit the bullet and bought it. And so somebody graciously, I believe it was Sarah. If it's not, I will annotate it here. Sarah graciously offered to send me her bottle of Coco, and I'm so glad she did. It's definitely not the color I thought it was gonna be, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't purchase it at the time, just because I would have been disappointed that it wasn't the color that I wanted it to be. But I still think it's a gorgeous shade. I just think it's gonna be more, it's more suited for like these mauve-y colors that I wear in the fall time. So that is Coco. And actually these are all Zoyas, so sorry. The next one is lighter. This is Joni. Now this is a different shade of mauve. So for me, mauve, like some can lean a little bit more pink and some can lean a little bit more purple. Again, I tried to just kind of group these all in the same color, you know, into general color categories. So Joni here, and Joni was one of my standout favorites from the fall last year. So you can kind of see here, Coco definitely has a lot more pink to it, and Joni is a lot more purple. Joni was a really nice kind of chic polish last year. Really enjoyed that one. And then this one is new to my collection, so I have yet to wear this as a manicure. This is Aubrey, and this one, along the same lines of Joni here. Oh, let me put Coco down here. Along the same lines of Joni, just slightly more of a warmer purple, and a little bit dustier here on Joni. So that is Aubrey. And then the last one I'm going to show you is more of a redder toned, and I will show you it up against Coco. This is Mona. This was another standout from the fall collection last year. Mona is a really like deep vampy mauve, like almost leans kind of like, if I show it to you up against, they look not totally the same. But anyway, it's just got this really nice kind of red quality to it that you don't necessarily see in a lot of these kind of like neutral shades. So I'll show you it up against Coco here. As you can see, it's a lot more red. If I show it to you up against the other two ladies here, you can definitely see how much more red it has. Should I have categorized it as a mauve? It does have some mauve qualities to it. It's just a little bit more of like a reddish mauve. So really, really love these guys. So those are my fall neutrals, my true kind of neutrals that I wear. And so I have no idea how we're doing on time because I pressed some button and the minutes went away. So I have no idea what we're doing for time. We're doing time-wise, but we still have a bunch more polishes to talk about. So let's go ahead and move into my purples. Now my purples are one of the ones that I can wear warm or cold. I wear in warm shades and cool shades. For me, I wear like those royal purple kind of jewel toned polishes, but then I also really like my warm tone purples. So we're gonna start with the warm tone purples and then we will move our way into the jewel toned purples. So a couple different options here for you to talk about. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is another standout. I think this came out in the winter collection. This is Landon. This one is kind of in the middle. It's not terribly warm, as you'll see from these other ones. These other ones have a lot more pink to them, but I thought it fit this category the best. Landon was definitely a surprise hit for me last winter. This is a beautiful, and surprisingly, I have a whole bunch of purples in my collection, and I didn't have anything like Landon. Landon is a very like eggplant purple. It's a very kind of in the middle purple, but it's not necessarily like your standard grape purple. It's got a little bit of warmth to it, so it ends up being a little bit more of like an eggplant shade. So I thoroughly enjoyed this polish last year. Can't wait to wear that again. And then another one, this is from the new collection this year. So I haven't, I've swatched this, but haven't gotten a chance to wear it. This is definitely one of the standouts from this fall collection, the Element collection. This is Maeve. And Maeve, let's see here, I've got Landon here to the left, and then I've got Maeve here to the right. So they're kind of similar, but as you can see here, Maeve is just a little bit of a warmer shade than Landon, but this was really, really pretty. Can't wait to wear that. I think that's going to be really, really pretty. So that is Maeve. Forbid I went through one video without having the memory card die, or not die, but get full. So another one of my favorite polishes to wear, one of my favorite Zoyas of all time. This is Zoya's Aurora. It's just a beautiful, warm, scattered holographic purple, and it is beautiful. If I show you it up against these other ladies here, this was Maeve and Landon. You can see the warmness of Aurora there in the middle. Just a beautiful shade. I love that polish so much. I let Linus go out on the porch and he about jumped off the damn balcony because he was trying to catch a stupid bird. Oh. So anyway, so Tara, so that's not Tara, where's Tara? Tara I didn't get a chance to wear last year. This video is all over the place. Tara I didn't get a chance to wear last year. This is a little bit of a warmer purple, a little bit of a deeper purple. But again, it's just very, I think it's a very chic, professional looking polish. So I can't wait to wear that. You can see it's got a little bit more red in it than, I think this is Maeve. Nope, that's Landon. Oh, that's Maeve, but it doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, you can see the little bit, you know, a little bit of the warmer red quality to it. So that is Tara. And then the other one I'm going to show you is not a Zoya, shockingly enough. This is from Polish, and this is called Chiari. And I picked this up not too long ago, thinking it was a different color, but it's actually, so when I looked at it on the website, it looked to be more of like a garnet red. But then in reality, when I ended up getting it back or when I ended up getting it home, it ended up being a little bit more of like a warmer, like pinky purple, which I'm not mad about because it actually looked really, really pretty on the nails. So this does have a little bit more of like a pink quality to it than the rest of the ones here. So if I show it to you up against, and I think it's mostly, I think the base is a more of a warm purple, but it definitely has that like pink flash to it. So I think that's what makes it look a little bit more pink. But yeah, this was a wonderful formula, and I was very surprised that I actually ended up, usually when I'm surprised with color differences, I'm usually a little disappointed, but this actually ended up being a lot prettier than I had anticipated it being, so I actually can't wait to wear this to see if I end up liking it as much as I think I'm going to. So that again is Chiari from Polish. And so let's go ahead and move in to our cooler purples, which are going to be more like royal purple, like jewel tone type colors. And so the one that is Aurora's kind of sister polish, it's a scattered holographic. This is the cooler purple version of Aurora. This is called Finley. And let me show you. Hey, can I get through a video, please? All right, so moving into my cooler purples. These are going to be more like royal purple, jewel tone purples. So this is the sister polish to Aurora that we just talked about. This is Finley. This is another scattered holographic from Zoya. If I show you them up against each other, you can definitely see how much of a royal purple this is as compared to Aurora. Love both of these so much. I tend to like Aurora a little bit better just because I do like warm shades more than cool shades, but they're both gorgeous. So that is Finley. And then one more Zoya to talk about. This is Lydia. Lydia is a gorgeous, just like deep purple. Definitely not black. It leans a little bit more on the purple side, but it's very, very, it's a very, very deep purple. So it comes off like a blackened purple, like almost like an OPI Lincoln Park After Dark, but definitely not as dark. But it's along those lines of where it's kind of a blackened purple, which you, I guess you can kind of tell there, but I actually really enjoyed this. I wore this last fall and was pleasantly surprised because I don't think I had worn it like for a while since then. Since, you know, when I wore it last fall, I hadn't worn it in a little while, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think it just looked really, really nice. So that again is Lydia. And then a couple indies to talk about. So we have got, this is Bobble from Tonic Polish. So this one has a royal purple base, and this one has got this gorgeous flash in it that I can't remember what type of pigment that is. I don't know if it's unicorn pea. I don't think it is though. But it's just got this gorgeous red flash to it, as well as some flakies, which you can kind of see here, although my lighting is starting to go. This is a gorgeous polish. I wore this last year. Can't wait to wear it again. I love all of my tonic polishes so much. So that again is Bobble. Kind of along the same lines, this is from Polish. This is called Eternity. And this is somewhat on the same wavelength. It's a purple with that little bit of pink flash to it, but this one is a little bit more, I think Tonics ends up being more of like a blurply base, whereas this one from Polish ends up being a little bit more of a royal purple, which I don't know if you're gonna be able to see here because again my lighting is starting to go, but they both have kind of that pink flash. This ends up being a little bit more of a red flash as opposed to this one. The Polish one doesn't have any flakies, but oh, the flash on that is just amazing. I got a chance to swatch this last year, but I didn't get a chance to wear it. Oh, I can't wait to wear it. It looks so, so pretty. I just hadn't had a chance to wear it yet. So that is Eternity. And then the last one is, this is from Polish for Days. Unfortunately, I don't think you can get your hands on this anymore unless you find it in a D-stash. This came out in their For the Love of Polish box, which is their subscription box that comes out once a month. And this one is called Karma Chameleon. I wore this a little bit earlier this year, but I loved it so much that I might end up wearing it again. This is a multi-chrome polish, so this is a kind of like cool purple base, but as you can see here, it's got this gorgeous blue flash in it. It's got scattered holographic. I don't think it's got any flakies in it, but the transition on this multi-chrome was just amazing. The purple on it was really, really pretty, so I think I may end up busting this out again because I really liked it. This is from the February polished For the Love of Polish box. So that again is Karma Chameleon. Okay, let's move into, let's go ahead and move into like these, this was kind of my weird category. I'm kind of labeling them as like garnet reds, deeper reds, but I don't know, some of these don't necessarily fit. I feel like this one probably could have gone in the last category, but it's a slightly bit more red than it is purple. But this is called Ava from ILNP. This is kind of along the same lines as the other polish we just talked about with that like reddish flash. This one, the base on it is a little bit more of like a reddish shade to me, but there's that flash again. This is a dupe for Coronation from Cirque. I loved this so much, and I wore it a little earlier this year, I think, so I can't wait to wear it again. So this one, again, that red flash, it also has some scattered holographic in it. This one's really pretty. So I feel like this one's just got a little bit more red to it, so it's not necessarily purple, but it kind of leans along that side. So that again is Ava from ILMP. And then two other garnet reds to talk about. These are a little bit more like actual garnet reds. This one is Equinox from Polish. This one is a little bit of a multi-chrome. So as you can see here, it's got that, you know, deep garnet red color, but then it also, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell from this video because multi-chromes never really show up, but this has a very, and I think I wore this last year, and it's a very slight multi-chrome. So I say that, but it's not terribly noticeable on the nail. You're only gonna catch it in certain lights, but this goes from this garnet red that you see here, and it does shift to a like warm gold color. So unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna catch it here, but there is hints of like a gold. There is some scattered hollow. I think you are catching it on the sides of the bottle a smidge, but there is a scattered hollow in there. I just love, I think, and that garnet red is just very glowy, as you can kind of see there with the shimmer. So can't wait to wear this again. I thought it was really pretty. So that is Equinox. And then the other kind of garnet red color, this is India from Zoya. This one is super pretty. So this is a darker, a little bit of a darker red than Polish here. Okay, so yeah, definitely a little bit deeper. Almost comes off a little oxbloody, but not as dark. But this has, the standout in this polish is this really gorgeous gold not gold flash, this gold shimmer that runs throughout it. So this is really pretty. When you get it in the sunlight, it just sparkles, and it's so nice on that deep red base. I think it just looks really pretty. So that again is India from Zoya. And then I'm gonna throw it over to my blues. So blues are, you know, again, another one of those kind of warm, kind of cool shades for me. And I have quite a few blues to talk about. So we're gonna talk about kind of my deeper, I don't wear a whole lot of navy blues, but these are kind of the ones that I tend to go for. They're not quite navy, but they're kind of like a little darker. So we're gonna talk about those. I do also wear a lot of teal. So we're gonna talk about some teals, and then I kind of have like a hodgepodge of some other blues that don't necessarily fit in any category, so I kind of lump them together. So let's go ahead and talk about the like slight navy colors that I wear. So the first one that we're gonna talk about is Less is Norse. This is kind of a like denim blue to me. I feel like I probably could have put this in the group with another one that you'll see here in a minute, but we'll talk about that. Less is Norse is a really pretty, kind of has a little bit of a purple quality to it, so it definitely is a little bit dark. It's definitely not as dark as a navy, but it does have a lot of dark qualities to it. And again, another one of those like, this blues to me are again another one of those like neutrally kind of shades that I wear as like a neutral nail in the fall time. I just think they make the nail look really polished and clean. So that again is Less is Norse, really nice formula on that one. Another one, if you want to kick it up a notch, this is Ambrosia from Tonic Polish. Again, kind of like a denim blue base, and then it's got, similar to Bauble that we talked about earlier, this one has that red, like pink flash that you see there. It's also got a scattered hollow in it. No flakies though, but it does have a little bit of, is it scattered or is it linear? I take that back. I think it's a linear holographic that's in here. So you got that red shimmer and then also a linear hollow. This is a gorgeous polish. Love that one so much. And then this is new to my collection. I haven't got a chance to wear this yet, but I have swatched it. This is from Cadillacquer, and this is called 11. And so this is probably the darkest of the group, but Cadillackers, from the ones I've tried anyway, are notoriously like jelly-ish. So I don't remember this being as dark on the nail. I would probably wear this over like one of those shades, or maybe even like a darker shade, maybe come winter time, because these are really hard, especially for folks with visible nail lines like myself. These are really hard to get opaque. So this one, it's a deeper blue base, but like I said, these tend to be a little jellyish. And the cool thing about this polish are the glitters that are in here. So there you go. You've got pink, you've got some aqua, I think there's some green. Yes, I think that's it. Blue. So yeah, you've got an aqua blue, a pink, and a green, and there's some varying like sizes of glitter in there. There you go. So I think that's gonna look really pretty on the nail. I'm excited to wear that. I think it's a good kind of like wintry fall shade, but then it kind of makes it a little bit fun with those glitters in there. I think it's an interesting color combination. So that again is 11 from Cadillacquer. And then we'll talk about my teals since we're kind of in the dark family. So these are gonna be my teals, a little bit of obviously teal, like a little dark, but they've got that little bit of a green quality to them to kind of like warm them up a little bit per se, not necessarily like warm tone, but they kind of just warms them up a little bit. So the one that I'm most excited about wearing this year is this thermal one from Night Owl Lacquer. This is called Zorp. Not readily available. This was a exclusive polish if you bought her whole entire Parks and Recreation collection a couple months ago. But this one's a thermal, so this is it in its cold state. It's this like teal blue shade with some scattered hollow. Yes, some scattered hollow. And then this is what it looks like in the cold state. In the warm state, it shifts over to like this lighter kind of sky blue color. So I think that's going to be really fun to wear in the next couple months. So that again is Zorp. Another one that I'm excited to bring back again because I wore this last fall. This is called Kawaii, and Kawaii again, this one's a little bit more blue than the other one, but again, kind of like a teal, blue. It's got that gorgeous pink flash that you've seen in a couple of the other polishes I've been talking about, and this one also has a scattered hollow in it. So I cannot wait to wear this one again. I thought this looked so beautiful on the nail last, I think I wore this last fall time, so can't wait to wear that again. And then this one I plan on busting out because I didn't wear it last fall, and it's really, really pretty. I just kind of forgot about it. So this is Olivera from Zoya. This is a duochrome polish, and for a mainstream polish, this is actually a really nice duochrome. Although I don't know if I would necessarily say duochrome. It's just got a really strong flash to it. So, so this one is a teal base, but so you'll catch that in like regular lighting, but what you're really gonna catch in certain angles as well as in like sunlight is gonna be this really cool, like vibrant green shade that you see here. So I think they market it as a multi-chrome, duochrome, but I wouldn't necessarily say that is the case. I think this is more of like a strong shimmer to me. I don't think the whole polish doesn't turn over into a duochrome, so I don't know, I feel like that's a little misleading. To me, this feels like just a very strong, oh my god, these cats are gonna knock over all of my crap. To me, this is just a very, very strong, very, very strong shimmer. So, you know, tomato. But that is Olivera, and I definitely want to wear this again. I didn't wear it last fall. And then my kind of quintessential favorite that I always wear in the fall time, that is one of my favorite teals in my collection. This is Dioptus from Cirque. And this one's gonna be a little bit more of a bluer teal. It's just got this really beautiful scattered holographic, and it's just a really pretty color. This came out, this was re-released probably a couple weeks ago in Cirque's Facets collection. So if you're wanting to get your hands on this, this should still be available by the time I post this, hopefully. So that again is Dioptus from Cirque. And then kind of my hodgepodge blue shades, you know, blue category that we're going to talk about here, just a couple randoms. So this one I just picked up from the China Glaze Fall collection. This is called Sample Size Me Up. This is kind of an all-around seasonal polish. I think you could probably wear this in other, you know, in most seasons, but I think this could be an interesting blue polish for the fall time. So I do definitely want to try and wear this. So this is kind of a like lighter, like denim-y blue color. It's got a little bit of like a dusty blue quality to it. So I don't know if it's necessarily fall appropriate, and you know, I don't know if it's necessarily strictly fall. I think this could fit into a lot of different category, you know, a lot of different seasons, but it's a really nice formula. I think it's an interesting kind of shade to bust out in the fall time. So I will, and I definitely liked it when I swatched it. So I might end up, you know, putting this on my nails. It was very, very pretty. Another one that I didn't get a chance to wear last fall, and I definitely want to wear this year, is Mallory. Mallory I bought last fall, just never got around to wearing it. I didn't get to wear a whole lot of fall polishes last year. It took a long time for us to transition over from summer to fall here in Texas. So for me, since I'm a seasonal polish wearer, I definitely go with the season. And so for us, took probably like mid-October for the fall season to come in, so I didn't get to wear a whole lot of fall polishes last year, so I think that could be why I keep repeating myself saying like, I didn't get a chance to wear this, I didn't get a chance to wear this. It's because I transitioned not soon enough, so I only got a couple weeks of fall polishes. So Zoya's Mallory, I love this blue so much. I think it's just so vibrant and punchy, and I just think it's gonna look really, really awesome. It's kind of like one of those like neutral kicked up a notch kind of polishes. So I really wanna get this on my nails. I'm a little concerned about the staining on it. So if anyone's worn this, if you know if it stains, let me know. I'll just put on a really good base coat, but I'm really excited to wear this. I think this just looks like a really, really cool looking blue color, and not anything I have that is similar in my collection. So that is Mallory. And then the other two, this is a classic kind of blue shade in my collection for the fall time. This is Natty. Natty is similar to Less's Norse. I almost didn't get Less's Norse because I've had Natty in my collection. Natty's probably one of the first Zoyas I ever bought. It's probably one of the top, like, one of the first 5 polishes I ever bought from Zoya. And it kind of introduced me to blues because I was never really a blue color wearer, and I got this and it kind of just opened me up. So, but as you can see, OPI Less's Norse is definitely a little bit deeper of a blue. They both kind of fall under denim quality. You know, they both kind of have a denim quality to me, but you can definitely see that Natty is a little bit more blue than the other one. So that is Natty. These cats are gonna be the death of me today. Why? They're fine every other video. Today they want to drop shit on the floor. They are being terribly obnoxious today. Oh, we are gonna make it through this video, guys. We're gonna make it. Okay. Last polish I have to talk about. This is from Savannah Lacquer. This is called Ron Swanson. I picked this up a couple months ago, just haven't had a chance to wear it because it didn't really feel, it felt very fall to me when I picked it up, so I had anticipated wearing this in the fall time. So this is a very interesting kind of dusty blue color. You know, definitely a lot of dusty qualities to it. What I think makes it stand out is this really pretty blue flash that you can see here. I don't know why it keeps not wanting to focus. Come on, bud. Okay, I think it's focusing now. It's got this really cool kind of like aqua flash in it. So I think this is gonna be a really cool, interesting shade to wear in the fall time. So this could also, I could also wear this in the winter time, I think, as well, just because it's got that dusty quality to it. I tend to wear a lot of like cooler, dustier shades. So I'm excited to wear that one. So that again is Ron Swanson from Savannah Lacquer. Okay, so we are gonna talk about greens. Green is another category where I can go warm or cold. When I go warm, I usually go olivey green. So I've got a couple here to talk about. My favorite one that I wore last fall that I cannot wait to wear again is Mossy from Picture Polish. This is a really nice olive green. This one leans a little bit more green than like that yellow mossy color. So this one looks really nice. Again, it has that scattered hollow for those that like a little bit of sparkle. Is it focusing? There it is. Okay. Oop, no, you lost it. No, no, come on, come back. We're gonna wait on you. Come on. There it is. So a little bit of sparkle to it for those that like paw, and a great formula. So really enjoy that one. If you don't want to pick up Mossy, if it's a little expensive for you, here are some other options. But actually no, because both of these are no longer available, so you'll have to pick up Mossy. This is from Zoya. This is a, I had to pick this up on, I think, Amazon. It's a discontinued polish. This one is called Irene. And Irene, a little bit of a greener formula when it comes to olives. If I show you, there we go. So a little bit of a greener quality. What makes this really unique and stands out is this really cool like green flash that you can see in here. So I had to hunt this one down. I kind of found it randomly and I was like, oh, I have to have it, and then realized it was discontinued, and then I had to hunt it down, and luckily I found it on Amazon. So that is Irene. And then the other one that I'm really excited about wearing is another one from the Parks and Recreation collection from Night Owl Lacquer. This one is called Whole Ass One Thing, and this is another thermal polish. This again is a kind of like murky olivey green color, but as you can tell here, the really exciting part is this really cool like reddish flash you can see here. It's also got some flakies in there. This transitions from this green color when it is cold to this really like warm kind of like yellowy gold color when it's I'm sorry, this olivey green when it's cold. It transitions to this warm like yellowy gold color when it's warm. And I think with just this red shimmer just makes the polish stand out, both when it's in the cold state and warm state, so I'm really excited. I really liked this. Shockingly, I was surprised how much I liked it when I swatched it, so I'm really excited to get it on my nail and see what it looks like as a manicure. So that again, whole ass one thing. And we are almost done, guys. Bear with me, we got a couple more. These are my cool kind of like emerald greeny polishes that I like to wear. So the quintessential emerald polish for me in my collection, this is from Zoya. This is called Merida. Another sister polish to the scattered holographics we've been talking about. This is the green version, and this is basically like an emerald, you know, an emerald gem on the nail. It's such a pretty green. Everyone raves about this polish, and for good reason. It's just really, really pretty. I bet you'll probably see this on a couple lists today with these collab videos. So that again is Merida. This one is new to my collection, and unfortunately you can't get this anymore. This was in a polish pickup a couple months ago. January, I want to say. Yes, in January. And this is from Baby crap. I don't remember the name. Oh wait, I can see it here. I think it's Baby Girl Lacquer. I want to say it's Baby Girl Lacquer. If I'm wrong, I will annotate it here, but I'm pretty sure it's Baby Girl Lacquer. It's really tiny and it's getting dark and my eyesight's going. This again is from the January polish pickup, and this was called Australian Fire Opal. And this one is, I forget what the base on this is, but it's this really cool, like, again, like emeraldy green color, as you can see here. It's got a really strong emerald green flash to it. It's also got some like multi-chrome flakies in there. So I am very excited to try this out. It looked really pretty when I swatched it, and I think it would be perfect for the fall time. So that again is Baby Girl Lacquer, Australian Fire Opal. And then another one of my kind of favorite fall polishes, and this doesn't necessarily fit in the emerald category, but again, it was just like the closest category I could throw it in. And this is Wyatt from Zoya. I rave about this in several videos. I think this is an amazing like greenish blue polish, and it just looks really kind of cool and chic on the nail in the fall time. I think it's a really cool like neutral, like kicked it up a notch type shade. So an awesome formula on this. So that again is Wyatt from Zoya. I'm losing my mind at this point, and my battery's blinking, so we'll see. I might end up having to change this battery out. So, okay, so those are all my colored polishes that we're gonna talk about. These last two categories are just kind of some like trendy polish, not trendy, but just like certain finishes that I like to wear. And so we're gonna talk about multi-chromes, because I love multi-chromes. I especially love them in the fall time. I did cheat and put one of those multi-chromes in there from Polish for Days, but here's some more multi-chromes that we can talk about. So two that are relatively similar. One is from Fun Lacquer, and this one is from ILNP. The one from Fun Lacquer is called Cheers to the Holidays. And these are gonna be really hard to show you in the bottle, but you'll see here from the swatch. This one shifts from a purple to gold. So it shifts from this cool purple to this gold to also this warm purple. Really cool, like really nice and bright. When you catch that, like, it mostly sits in this cool purple state, but when you catch it in angles and you catch that warm purple, oh, it just looks really, really pretty. Similarly, this is Tilted from ILNP, kind of along the same lines, where it's like a cool purple shifts to gold and then lighter into this like lighter pink. Definitely not as bright of a pink, so I think this has a definitely has like a different quality to it. So either of these, if you don't like multi-chromes, I feel like you could probably have one or the other, but I really like multi-chrome, so I think these to me are definitely different. You can kind of see the purples here. This is a little bit more of like a blurply purple, whereas this one's more of like a royal purple, so slight differences enough for me to keep both of them. And then two from Different Dimensions that I purchased kind of around fall last year and didn't get a chance to wear. This one's Nirvana, and this one is Fireball. These are kind of slightly different. I probably shouldn't have bought both of these, but we'll see how they end up on the nail. So I've got Nirvana here to the left, which is a little bit more of a warm purple, and then Fireball over here is more of like a kind of garnet red. Both of these shift to a gold, so we'll see how they go. well, there's kind of the color differences there. So we'll see how much of a transition. My like deciding factor on multi-chromes is I want to be able to see that transition quite a bit throughout the day. So I have yet to wear these. I just swatched them. So you'll see the shifts here, but we'll see how the shifts, you know, end up throughout the day if I do get a chance to wear these. So that again is Nirvana and Fireball. And then the last category that we're going to talk about is Crellies. I really enjoy Crellies. I think these are really cool, kind of like autumn appropriate Crellies. Crellies are good any time of year, but I think these particular Crelly mixes I think would be really suitable for fall time. So my favorite one that I wore last year and will try to plan on wearing again is You Autumn No from KB Shimmer. All of these are white Crellies, so here's your white Crelly, and this has just got all of the fall colors in a bottle. There's some like pumpkin orange, there's some yellow, I think there's a little bit of, there's some purple, there's some red. So yeah, this is just like a quintessential autumn in a bottle kind of shade. So this is really, really cool. Another one I picked up a little earlier this year from Different Dimensions. This is called Room Where It Happens. I did wear this a little earlier this year, so I don't know if I'm gonna wear it again, but I think this would definitely be really appropriate for the fall time because it's got, let's see here, it's got some gold, it's got some purple, it's got a little bit of peach. It just has a warm quality to it that I think would be really perfect for fall time. And hopefully you can see that because my lighting is starting to go. But yeah, I think this would really be really cute during the fall time. So that again is Room Where It Happens. And then the last one I'm going to show you is new to my collection. This is my first Noodles nail polish. This was gifted to me by Miss Kenny Nicole here on YouTube. So you will be seeing one of her videos in this collab. She very nicely gifted this to me. I think this was my birthday polish if I remember correctly. And this is my first Noodles nail polish and I was really, really impressed with the formula on this. I'm really excited to pick up more from Noodles nail polish. Of course, my last like, you know, 5 minutes and the memory card dies again, and I bet the battery's still blinking at me, so we'll see how much that we're gonna make through. So Fireside Cocoa, again, some black, some brown, some like metallic-y, coppery shades. I think this is just gonna be perfect for the fall time. The formula on it was amazing. I cannot wait to wear this. I'm super excited. So that again is Fireside Cocoa from Noodles Nail Polish. Thank you, Kendra, for getting this for me. I'm really excited to wear it. And that is everything, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm sorry that this video was so long. I know that you guys always mention that you like long videos, but for those that are new to my channel, I hope you were able to make it through, and I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, fall is my favorite time of year, and I just could not bear to not mention those polishes. So, and hopefully that gave you some ideas for like different, you know, not necessarily you have to get this shade, but here's some suggestions for like different colors within that category. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. Let me know did I miss any? Let me know what your favorite fall polishes are. Let me know so I can always, you know, I'm always looking for more fall polishes to purchase. So let me know some of your favorites if I happen to miss any on this list. And I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you're coming from one of the other girls' channels, thank you so much for watching. I hope you made it through, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.